You are very welcome back to the show. We are delighted to have gardening expert Peter Dowdall in studio again. Peter,
Hi,
well, it's
Dahi.
been bad outside and we focused on being outside the last time you were in studio. Today we're going to go indoors.
Well, we are. It's all about houseplants and indoors. And the people kind of don't think of inside when it comes to the garden. But there's no reason not to bring the garden inside. And indoor plants, they do so much in the home.
I think indoor plants before consisted of these palm trees, the small ones inside, and they were scattered all around the house, and that's it. There are the indoor plants taken care of.
And the spider plant and the geranium.
I know. We were all guilty of that, though.
Yeah. And if you remember, I remember years and years ago, every old house in Ireland had a porch with a few houseplants in it and a fern. Now the porches are gone with modern architecture, and so are the houseplants. Time to bring the houseplants back because they do an awful lot of good.
Actually, speaking about modern architecture, Peter, I suppose all the fireplaces, they're all closed off now, not much air getting around. Is it harder to grow plants or to keep plants indoors these days?
No, actually, that's a good one because most houseplants, I'll go into a few of them now, but most houseplants want kind of consistency. So what they tend not to like houses where there are drafts coming in and things. And if I'm positioning one, I won't position it right next to the window or right next to a radiator where it goes very hot and then very cold. Right, so consistency. Actually, no. The more weatherproof we're making our houses, the more
the better for plants. Okay, I thought it might dry them out because of the heat or something.
Some of them will dry out, yes, with the central heating and the gas, particularly, so you'd miss them.
Okay.
But the actual the drop in change or the less change between night and day now, the better. Do you know?
Peter, where are we going to start today?
I love this guy, the Acmea. Yeah. It's an Acmea, and they're
Acmea.
Yeah, it's native to the tropics, but isn't it just stunning?
It's beautiful,
looking, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Native to the tropics, and it's different to a lot of the houseplants because we water it from on top. So you don't stand that. I'll show you a few that we'd actually stand into the pot of water. You don't stand this into a pot of water. You water it here so it collects. It's like when they get their monsoon rains, there's a load of rain and it collects in here and it takes it as it needs it. So it's the same with this. Always keep it topped up to around about here if you can see it with water. And every kind of couple of weeks drain it out because it'll stagnate a bit. So drain it out and start again.
So it'll only drink what it wants to?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah,
correct. And just make sure the leaves are clean. Now that grey is obviously natural, but make sure that there's no dust and stuff.
That isn't mould.
I didn't bring in a dead plant. I could have done, but I haven't.
We have a semi-dead plant you later on, but anyway.
Okay. We come back to him. Now, when the flower in this dies after maybe 6 months, the plant itself unfortunately dies. That's nature, but you'll see little side shoots coming off it. You can propagate them and they come on.
And where you go again. So maybe every week, every 2 weeks to water it?
You could keep it topped up every week and maybe every 3 or 4 weeks change the water. But one of the main things I want to talk about today, Dahi, is the benefits of them in the home. And what they do is they clean the air. There was research done by NASA, of all people, back in the late 80s, which proved that they remove a lot of the harmful pollutants and dust particles from the air, your formaldehyde, your benzenes and things like this.
We don't even notice these things are there.
No, but we're breathing them in. And particularly in the workplace, if you have electronic machines going, we all have printers, computers, if you're working in a print shop, particularly things like that, garages. You don't see too many houseplants in garages, but you do see a lot of them, particularly the Sansevierias now, the mother-in-law's tongue, in hotels and things. Yeah, if my mother-in-law is watching, I think it's a desperate name. I think it's a terrible name.
Same as that, though. Even though my mother-in-law's in New Jersey, she'll probably hear about it. So, yeah, it's an awful name. But a beautiful plant, just like the mother-in-law's.
Absolutely.
And very low maintenance.
Very low maintenance.
Just like the mother-in-law's.
Just like the mother-in-law. But it's probably one of the best for cleaning the air, for cleaning the pollutants and that from the air, is the Sansevieria, the mother-in-law's tongue. Another brilliant one is the peace lily. The Strandvicia. That's I'm sure I've got the name wrong, actually. It's peace lily.
Yeah.
But that's a brilliant one for cleaning the air, but also lovely. And another good one for this is it's very good for low light levels. So it's very good in a shaded part or a dark part.
How long do these flowers last?
Flowers last on it for a good few weeks, and it's free. It produces them quite freely. So when that one goes, just cut it back, and you'll have a new one coming up.
So if you had one of these in every room, would that kind of clean out a room? Would it be?
Absolutely. And particularly if there's somebody in the house, Dahi, that suffers from allergy problems like asthma or anything like that, they can be great to clean.
What about the bedroom then?
That's a good question too, because in the bedroom, most of these plants work that they take the carbon dioxide out of the air, they clean it, and then they produce oxygen. That's why they're good in the house, because they're giving us fresh oxygen all the time. However, a lot of them will stop photosynthesizing at night time. Okay? So you don't want
when you need
it. Exactly, exactly. Sansevieria is a brilliant one for the bedroom. The mother-in-law's tongue in the bedroom, right? But there you go.
You're on your own with that one, bringing your mother-in-law to the bedroom.
I'm saying the mother-in-law's tongue in the bedroom, right? And that'll clean the air and keep photosynthesizing during the night, okay? And that'll keep the room clean and keep giving you oxygen during the night.
Peter, when you people going for diffusers and stuff like this as well now inside in bedrooms at night as well, I suppose to purify air and stuff like this is a natural purifier.
It's a natural air purifier and much, much better. And there is research done to back this up. Much much better than any mechanical thing you're going to buy.
My God,
Far superior.
I've never heard that before. Very interesting. Very interesting, Peter. Now, what else have we got? We have a few kind of fly
These
catchers.
are interesting. I love these guys. They're the fly catchers.
Yeah.
You have the Venus flytrap here, which is probably the most well-known one. You see the jaws.
These are good for the kids now as well.
Oh,
we often speak about getting kids involved in gardening and stuff like that, Peter.
What kid doesn't love a flycatcher? No. And
What if you put your finger in there, Peter?
just what I was going to say,
Go on,
Dahi,
go on.
and I was going to refer to the kids,
Oh,
maybe the kids and Dahi, right? Don't be tempted, and it's very tempting, and how can a kid not do it? Don't put your finger in or stick a pencil in or anything to make it close, but you will see it close when a fly lands inside there.
Okay.
But don't, if I do that itself, right, it's going to think that a fly has landed there and it's going to just feed on itself and it's going to end up dying off. So don't do
there's
it,
a serious
right?
side to that as
Yeah.
well. So it's like Dougal, don't hit the red button.
Yeah, a bit like
Don't stick your finger in
I wonder how Dougal would have done with the flycatcher.
He probably stuck his whole hand in there.
These are pitcher plants, same principle. The fly flies into that kind of trumpet, it sticks to it, can't get out, and they're carnivorous plants. They feed off the flies. They're brilliant.
They feed off the flies.
They're brilliant.
Now, will it take a blue bottle? Now, there's 9 blue bottles that are beginning to come around actually at the moment.
Yeah. They're more for the fruit flies, but something like this pitcher plant would manage a blue bottle, all right, yeah. But the smaller ones, no.
So basically, the fly gets stuck inside, and the fly can't get out, and that's it.
Yeah.
Dust.
Yeah.
Done and
yeah,
done.
Yeah, it takes a while. You'll still see the fly for a while. It's pretty gruesome.
Will you have to put a small bit of water in here?
You want to keep them quite moist. With most houseplants, you'd err on the side of underwatering. With them, you'd want to keep them damp and humid. Kitchen windowsill is ideal.
And we have this as well, Peter. Aloe vera. People will be familiar with this.
A lot of people will be familiar with this in the bottle or in the tube.
But it's great to have this stuff.
Oh,
I burned
fantastic.
myself before. I actually just took a bit off it, and where you put it on it.
You just cut a bit of the stem, peel back the skin. You've got all the gel, masses of the gel inside in that fleshy stem.
The gel that you pay for inside in supermarkets and chemists. And
Here it is raw.
Yeah.
And you just, God knows, the gel that would come out of that would probably cost you 30 or 40 quid in bottle. Yeah. So, and it's constantly producing them. Keep it next to no water. Inside, you can leave it out for the summer if you want, but keep it inside, warm and dry room. When I say no water, you can give it a bit, but it's literally once a month kind of thing. And lots and lots of sunshine. Think where it's native to. It's native to places like Mexico and South America, where it's, in the desert.
It's well used to it.
Yeah, it doesn't need the water.
Speaking of
fabulous plant.
Little bits of water, Peter, this was up in our own office here. This is, I'd imagine, like lots of different office plants around the country. Is this dead? It looks, look.
Yeah, that's kind of like a plant that we bought at Christmas and was full of flowers, and now what do we do with it? Well, it's an orchid.
Yeah.
First impression, give me a look at it there. Sorry. First impression is that and I'm right. God, I'm good.
You are, yeah.
It's too much water.
Okay.
Far too much
so you
water.
Drowned it.
You've drowned it, yeah.
Somebody drowned it.
Now, if I squeeze it there, you'll probably see water coming out. But it's far too much water. That you see there's bark in the compost, and you see these roots now are going dead. They should be grey in colour. The plant is still fine. That's the good news.
Okay.
We'll just ease off on the watering. Give it some orchid food to promote some new flowers. I don't know when the last flower was on it. Like they flower for 3 or 4 months, and then they'll send up another flower.
But just take away all the dead bits. And you're
take away the dead bits, ease off on the watering. A pot like that is fine for it, but just stand it in it for an hour with the water, throw away the water.
And that's it.
And that's it, exactly.
Peter, thank you very much. I know you're going to be back in a few weeks' time again. Looking forward to that. For more information, we've sorted out lots of problems here, of course. So head over to Peter's page as well. More problem solving over there for you to check out at the Irish Garden.